Dig that.
This is Bar for Bar, where we talk about hip hop culture and more. And today our and more is a little bit special. Not a little bit, a lot bit special.
A lot bit special, man.
Thanks.
We represent New York to the fullest, man. Shout out to everybody in the BIGS. Shout out to everybody in Brooklyn. Can I keep going?
But Chicago piece is still better though.
I was about to say, you can't
Damn,
say that wrong, because we ain't represent New York to the fullest, we represent hip hop to the fullest.
Hip hop, but this episode right here is New York.
100%.
This New York right here.
It's 100%.
This is what we call the battle of the bigs, B. You know what I'm saying? The battle of the Chris's. It was crazy that when you came up with this, both of them is, Chris's and all that.
Right.
Then, in actuality, it's a day that in hip hop history, some of us don't like to remember. Like, I was just checking out that interview you told me to check out last week with Faith.
Yeah.
Watch the whole interview, bro.
Hilarious.
Dope interview. Real, look, hey, Faith,
one of the realest.
I need to have her come and kick it with us,
Faith is one of the
man.
realest.
She spoke with
I told
bro
you.
in there. She
Faith
spoke
is
with
one of
bro
the
in there.
realest.
She drunk with She the one who had them going crazy. I don't think you dig. Like, get to talk about, like, shout out a lot of people, though. Spook out. We in the building, man. But, this was the day that Biggie, Small, Notorious B.I.G. was gunned down in L.A. at the BT. It was some award. Wasn't it BT Award? Vab Award? Vab's party or something.
Yeah,
Like
it was a
after
bad party for the Soul Train.
for the Soul Train Award. So it's the day that he around the world they like to remember. But it's crazy because when we came up, we always come up with our topics the week before.
Maybe a week or two before.
Yeah, we didn't think of this being that until like today.
Yeah.
I saw it today.
That's when
like,
we realized that.
I was like, damn, we on hip hop point though, guys.
Wow.
So all right, today's episode is because we keep saying about bigs. I know y'all trying to figure out who the fuck they talking about. But we wanted to get this one. This was a special one. And this I like this because I saw Fat Joe interview and they asked him about Big Pun.
Yeah.
And he was like, why do you think they don't speak about Big Pun as much as they speak about Biggie and Pac? And he was like, well, Pun,
Dry tragedy.
yeah, he died of natural causes and shit like that. So today's show is the Battle of the Bigs.
Biggie Smalls versus Big Pun.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn
BX.
versus the Bronx.
Stand up, man. Let's go.
Damn, that's a good one.
That'll be a very good one. Cause everybody who not well in tune with Big Pun, y'all gotta get in tune with his lyricalness. Like, hey.
So you kick it off, brother. Bar for bar. Biggie. Pun.
Which one I'm right? But I mean, damn.
Before you say who you
Stories like I listened to Nori talk about stories with Funk Flex, and he was talking about how he was up there. He had Pun come up there. He was up there with X and all. They like rapping, like, but he don't know
trying
these
to
niggas.
get to come?
Yeah, he ain't get a chance to get upstairs and all that shit. Like these stories I'm hearing, and then it also had different other freestyles. I would love to hear those, but going off album to album, right? I checked. I had to go. I sat down. I listened to Ready to Die again, classic. You know what I mean? Hip hop classic right there. I checked out Ready to Die, then I checked out Capital Punishment. Then both these are the first albums by each artist that dropped. Capital Punishment. What I can say, if we gonna go compare album to album, I say Capital Punishment to me was a better album than Ready to Die.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because with Ready to Die, it seemed like, Biggie was, it was his first album. He was trying to put himself together, and he dropped it. He was fanning himself, but he was dope as fuck. With Capital Punishment, I saw that he sat back and he watched everybody else who came out. So his was a little bit more polished when he came out. Like his sound like you knew when you heard that Big Pun, that was gonna be his sound.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know with Biggie at the point if that was gonna be the sound of it, he was gonna switch it up. You know what I mean? Because he had ways that he could flow with it. I listened to that Capital Punishment. I was like, and he fucked me up because the second track on that joint, he used Biggie voice on the chorus. What was that? Lyrical Assassin, I think it is, with him and Black Thought. Dope track. And he went in and ate that motherfucker. So if I went album to album, that first album was dope as hell by Big Pun. The problem I had with the second, now we hit with the second album. And I'm gonna get these out, my scenarios out, why I think about this, because I had to think about when it dropped and how everything dropped, right? All right, so when both of their second album came out, Biggie come out, he's like the third hip hop artist at that time to drop a double CD, because Pop was the first one.
Who's second?
No, Wu-Tang them dropped theirs before him. if I'm mistaken. They dropped that.
Wu-Tang dropped that. It's 98.
That double CD came out in 97, I thought. We'll do some
Around
double
that,
check.
around that.
So I'm saying second or third, he did third, they dropped the double CD.
Yeah.
That was on fire though.
Yes, sir.
Like Biggie, like you saw what level he was at. Like you knew like from the intro track. Like from the intro track, how he just gave you that story, I heard C-Rock at the door. I heard him at the door. I saw like all this, I'm like, damn. Then you go to Yeah Baby by Big Pun. I was hearing it, but I caught what happened. See, Big Pun dad doing the recording of that album. So they had to pull vocals and put shit together. Like, so some of them songs they had to add people in there. He might have went in and changed up the verse. Not saying that his verses wouldn't sound right. Some of the audio didn't sound as polished as it should have compared to with Life After Death. Big was already through with the album. It was completely done when doing his untimely tragic death. It was already done. So he was really out promoting it. He had dropped 2 singles already off of it at the time. So just Hypnotize was just out at the time. So Hypnotize was going crazy. So he was able to.
What album was Bone and Biggie on?
Life After Death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
so like I feel his came out better on that part because he was able to finish the process and Big Pun wasn't. So off of that, I give it to Biggie like that, cause I mean they both had some sick ass shit though. Like Biggie was like in the vein that died, like, and then I go off of like I'm listening to a lot of joints that they had afterwards, like features they did. Biggie expanded on his features. He went crazy on the features. What I did like about Big Pun was that's when I first heard Remy Ma.
Yeah.
When I first heard Remy Ma, I was like, damn. So they both discovered artists. Like he discovered Remy Ma, Biggie had discovered Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
Like,
So why do you think Biggie had a bigger edge over Big Pun?
It's crazy because I couldn't. Would we say the Latino community wasn't always already all the way into hip hop yet, or would we just say here?
No, they were. Well, you know what? They was into the breakdancing part of it.
So I'm like, cause it's like I don't know if that could have played a factor or.
Nah, but he was still a lyricist.
Okay, let me tell y'all my opinion on that before we start telling who we got, right? My opinion on that is this. Diddy.
But he had Fat Joe.
Fat Joe is awesome.
Okay.
I ain't taking away from
I see where you going with this.
Diddy.
Okay.
His vision different. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like Fat Joe them wasn't looking to push singles for Pun at that time. Like Still Not a Player, the Joe remix, that just did what it did, right?
Yeah.
But think about it, like Twins was when I first heard Big Pun.
Okay.
With Fat Joe when they did that Twins deep cover.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Killed that
Who
shit.
the fuck is he?
Killed that shit too,
Bananas,
bro.
right?
Yeah.
But just think, Biggie's first single was Juicy.
Yeah.
It was a single, you know what I'm saying? Like the More Money, More Problems. Like just think about that bad boy aura that came with Big, and he was the face of it. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that I give Biggie the edge on album wise, and it's a small edge, the Hitman, the production team.
True that. So who did Terror Squad them have right back then?
I don't think like a lot of crews at that time had in-house production teams.
Like Diddy and them.
Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Hitman was specifically for Bad Boy.
Shout out Stevie J and them.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like off subject, but like Beats by the Pound. You know there was no limit. You know what I mean? Like
crazy.
So to me, that's where the difference was as far as them and it was in the detail. It wasn't them. It wasn't in the artistry because they were toe for toe.
So and also
I would have liked to see it. Like Were
they supposed to come out with an album? They were supposed that was word, if I'm not mistaken. If they were supposed, damn, I need Fat Joe to hit me up. Y'all, you know my number, Fat Joe. But I'm not mistaken. They were supposed to be coming out with an album together. Like it was supposed to be some big tale of two bigs or some shit. Like they were really, if I'm not mistaken, I remember seeing that in the Source magazine or some shit. That they were, look. That's why I say I give Big the not just off lyricals, not just being lyrical, but off of if you listen to Pun tell you that Big influenced him in a lot of shit.
Absolutely.
He said being big. In fact, he said Biggie told him. Man, you don't know. Like in the interview he did with Flex on that Capital Punishment, that when you hear, he like, Biggie told me take advantage of this. They love this. Like, do this, do that. And it was like, he did it and you could hear it. Like, for him to even use him on his second track of his album, like, to use him lyrically, I spoke to represent. That's what he used. He took that and ran off with that shit. Like, I give it to Big because he's real more, I mean, he was influential. I can't say, can I say more? Can I say Mo? I would say Mo. Because he didn't just influence people from Brooklyn or black folk. He influenced the big guys too. So you can still be big and flow, John.
Black and ugly as ever.
Yeah.
However,
I stay coochie down.
Like, right? And he had the big guys like, you know, I'm feeling crazy. Like, and I feel that too.
Biggie started the era of B.O.N. That's the original B.O.N.
True that. You saw when he did the video, you know, I'm up in Chicago, the land of the players, he had it on his Coogee, he iced down, like, but he knew he represented, like, I can see that, yeah, I can see that. Who you got, though, because you've been quiet
What's your
today.
take on this whole subject?
So, I'm riding with Biggie. I'm a Biggie fan. It's just, I can't really put a finger on it, but it's just like one tiny thing about Big Pun that I just didn't really rock with. But I'll just be honest. I didn't know of Big Pun's lyrical abilities until this week. Because I listened to his singles, but I never really cared to go in and listen to his album.
Okay, that's interesting.
And maybe because he wasn't pushed like you said how
Biggie
Biggie was. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
He was all in our face. He had a gimmick around him, which was puffy. He had the dancing, the shiny shit, all of that shit. So it's Biggie for me. And shit, just to say, ups to Big Pun, rip to both of them. Ups to Big Pun. I didn't know, so
yeah.
I kind of hate that I'm so far behind on him in the game, but you know, it is what it is.
He did his thing though,
So
man.
you got? She said Biggie. Who
Yeah,
you
gotta
got?
tell who you had. Here you go.
First of all, shout out Moo Cow. Y'all ain't into him, get into Moo Cow, man. Tell them to get these at all your bars. Stop at all the liquor stores. Tell them to get Moo Cow in the building. But that's like a fake ad, like.
Pretty good one, too.
But I'm riding with, and see, it I like to be the oddball. I would say Big Pun on all y'all, just so I can get some people to be like, yeah. But I gotta say Biggie, man, because people know I'm a Pac fan. I always have to throw that in. Like, where that come from?
I know. I be trying to tell you that.
Where that come from? But right. I mean, every time you say Biggie, you gotta say Pac. Then they say like, but no, okay. But I ran with Biggie because not just I was able to see like his offspring, the offsprings of what he had to do. Like not just lyrically, he was dope as fuck. Him and Pun, like you can't put it. And Pun being a big guy like that, spitting at that level, like not just lyrically what he was saying, but he was a fast rapper. You gotta think about that. Like these people who rap fast, you gotta take them breaths in and be able to spit. And he was able to spit, and he was saying some dope ass shit. But Biggie did his thing. He influenced a lot of other rappers around him and his crews too. Like, don't get me wrong, Terror Squad came out, but it was just like I ain't really seen no real offspring of Terror Squad. You know what I mean? Like,
Really?
that was it. But you had a whole crew of them. You could
Fat
keep
Joe?
forgetting you had. No, he was like Fat Joe. Always he was before, but he was like, and you know what I mean, like.
He started Terror Squad.
Yeah, because he was before us, you know what I mean? So, but you had like Tony Sunshine, you had Cuban Link, like they was all dope artists. Like it was another dude over there, I forgot his name. Armageddon, like yeah, they had a squad over there, and I really didn't see no outbreaks as far as like you had with Biggie and Junior Mafia, where you had C went off and did his own album, Junior Mafia did their own album.
But Biggie was still alive for that.
Yeah, he was a part of that. Then Lil Kim, but he was also you know what I mean. He was a part of that. He was there for all that. Like, so we never got a chance to really see what Pun could do.
So as far as that though, it's kind of even to me with who got on after as far as the offspring, right?
Okay.
Like, of course, Kim is a phenom that she became on her own entity or whatever, just like Remy Ma, right?
Right.
C's, he had an album. Cuban Link had an album. Tony Sunshine did his thing. Like it wasn't like a huge flourishment of Junior Mafia. It's just that we seen so much Junior Mafia at a time when Big was still getting on, and Kim's Junior Mafia out. And see, so like the umbrella look huge, but if you're really looking at it, it's pretty much the same.
Well, no. Then we have to go a little bit farther. Because you got to remember this too. He is the reason why Cameron got signed too. And he was before he died, he was supposed to sign Cameron. And Diaz kept up his word to him, like Big did tell me about you, so he signed them. So an offspring of that is Cameron, the Diplomats, and all them as well. So that's why I give him a little edge. A little edge.
Okay,
Charlie Baltimore was supposed, you know,
I get it.
like he had a nice little squad.
He did have his hands in a lot in hip hop at that time, so I get it. And I'm a big guy. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not like a big guy, but I'm a big guy.
I like your bob. I like how you ran there. Sign that contract again. We got you. So, but I'm gonna say, I'm giving it to Notorious B.I.G. Man. I gotta give it to Big. You know, because just off of his so-called beef with you know who, you know, fuck a few female songs or two, you know, like how he was spitting, bro. Like that second album when he came out, I saw his super mature, like how he matured and how he found himself. So I just could imagine the shit that was gonna happen after that. You know what I mean? So
okay, me first and foremost, I'm gonna just tell y'all, I'm taking Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. as well. My reason being though is because the attention to detail, right? Like Ready to Die to me is one of the best hip hop albums ever put together, right? From the opening skits to the songs to just, you know, the interludes in the middle, it goes with what he's saying.
True.
From where he started off, and you hear he's a grimy rapper just getting out of jail saying, I ain't never fucking coming back, to where he was ready to die at the end of the shit and kill himself, right? Like, it's a well put together project.
True that.
And I was a 15-year-old kid listening to this album like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
Who is this guy, right? From Gimme the Loot to Machine Gun Funk and like
Bad Boy.
all of that. Unbelievable. Like, it's just record after record after
So you
record.
take, I always ask people this. So you take that over Life After Death?
No. Well, hold on. That Ready to Die album kind of set the tone for the next stage in hip hop.
Okay.
From, you know, we was just surpassing the Rakims and all of that. So, you know, Pac and Big and Nas, this was the new wave of MCs who was coming in at that time.
True
right?
that.
So
and he was actually trying to show the East Coast grind, because at that time West Coast had it on lock with the gang. So like you had Snoop, you had goddamn the G-Funk era, all that shit was going on. I see what you're saying.
Pound.
Yeah. So and that all come under that again when we say the G-Funk era, because that's all spawns of NWA and Dr. Dre.
Right.
Okay.
So when Biggie, when the Life After Death, not Life After Death, Ready to Die is out, of course the orchestrator is Puff. Puff got this thing like on a whole nother level. This like Juicy is that record that everybody who's been through the struggle is like, God damn.
And how did he flip on that? Like he took an old song,
a classic joint, and turned it into this for us, right? Pun at the same time, when he dropped Capital Punishment, it was real grimy. Right? Like the production on it for the most part was grimy. Like it was grimy, Bronx, I got bars, I'm here.
but I felt it was more polished.
It was.
It was more polished.
It was definitely more polished. But I would say like the difference in it to me was, I guess Biggie's story was more relatable for me.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably why I give it the edge. Biggie's story was more relatable to me. Listening to Pun, I always hear the bars. I did he did like you.
I like how he flipped it. I like how he flipped it. I did it.
When I heard him on Body in the Trunk on that Nori joint, like you like holy
Yeah, he
shit.
go nuts.
Like he got it right. Life After Death separated him, and of course it's his Pun untimely demise, just like it was Big. But Life After Death, it was like this. It's like, you know, high school sports, everybody, you all stater in your town, I'm an all stater, she all stater. Like we all can do what the fuck we do. I could be the king over here and blah. But when we on the court together, we in the league. None of that shit matter. Now we gotta say who the best, right? And so everybody done dropped around this time.
Okay.
Everybody, and he's saying he's the king. Life After Death was showed that versatility of him growing as an artist to say, oh, I wasn't fucking around. Come beat me now. Yeah. They say I'm Frank White, King of New York, all this shit. Now this is why. And here's my versatility in doing such. Like,
sick to your average public,
man, all of that. Like,
what's so scary though for me is like those artists that spoke of death. Like they're the ones that ended up dying. Like nobody spoke about death like them. Big Pun, Biggie, and even Tupac. That shit is scary as fuck.
That's why, and I get it. So this one probably I have to give to Kodak Black. If you listen to that interview he did with them on Breakfast Club, like dying to live, they say, "Are you really dying to live?" He said, "I don't want to speak that. Dying to live is I'm really trying to live. Like, he said, I don't want to speak death into existence because I believe in that shit. Like, and it's crazy that at a young age you starting to see, you catch on and shit like that. And a lot of those artists who did talk that shit end up. That's what happened to them. So."
And damn near in the same way that they talking about them.
So, but then again, it's like it could be a prophecy. They saw that shit. Like some motherfuckers, you have some people you gotta speak. Like they had to speak their truth. That's what they saw. We don't know what they were living through. You know what I mean? But we can hear and only imagine because what they publicized or vocalized to us through their brand, through their music. You know what I mean? Like when we were listening to we were talking about Benny the other day, Benny Siegel, like. What's your life like? Like, it's crazy because during that time he had never been to jail, but he talked the jailhouse experience to the teeth of niggas. Saying, well, motherfuckers like, Joe, like, damn, I did all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know people who were going through all that, and it made you like him more. You know what I mean? It made you like, damn, I fuck with that. Like, he had a strong fan base, like Currency. Like, these artists that do that and they give you their life on that album, I feel like that's what hip hop is. Like, you know what I mean? You gonna have your party shit.
Yeah.
When people party. But like when you had Big, like Life After Death, man, Big give you real story. Then you find out later on
it's an
actual story.
Yeah.
Shout out Fat Joe. I know you ain't mean to do that. Like, but we found out Anthony Mason was one of the persons who was the cause of that. Got a story to tell.
This is what's so crazy about I Got a Story to Tell, right? I listen to that joint like all the time. That's one of my favorite Big records. Beat, because the beat's so mellow, and the way he rapping over that shit, you like, God damn, like, he got it. Like he just, I spit phone for you. Kick down doors for you. Like he letting you know, like this one we talked about this shit already, but let me tell y'all about this. He break down this story in so much detail that you imagining it just the way he rapped. When he talk about putting a scarf around his face and gag up, and send him back downstairs to bring some water, you see them all coming up the stairs. Oh shit, she wants some water. Okay, I'll be right back.
Right. So all that, like, hold on.
Come back, give him the $100K. He put in the bag, get the fuck up out of there. Like, damn, I just fucked up. And got $100K for nothing. I won.
And he go back and tell the guys the
I'm
whole
going
story.
back to the block.
And then his man tell him, her cousin was mad. You didn't know I fucked her, but I was fucking with her. Like no, that's a real story. You know that. Like I like those type of artists, but like I said,
and the fact that it was a true story, man. Rest in peace, Anthony Mason.
Yeah. Real, like real life. So that would make his shit even more like, damn, Big. Like he did his thing. Like, and then a double album is hard to come off with. You know, where people like both of the CDs. Like I'm just like he bought beef. What's beef? Beef is when you need to get to go to sleep. Beef is well, come on, man. Ain't safe up in the street. Beef is when I see you. How he flipped it to a double.
I see you.
They call it a double entendre or something like how he just did that. Like, bro, I ain't never heard nobody do that. Like, how you just gonna? Then he come out. Check out this facade. Like, rapper style, use that the BIG. I'm my bag, man. You know, I'm a hip hop.
So it's unanimous. We all said Biggie, right?
Yeah. But don't get me wrong though. Again,
she was a pun because he got it. Like
lyrical. Like I see why a lot of artists under the Latino community who do come up, they always shout. If y'all ain't in tune with them, you young ones, get in tune with them, like for real. Cause he got bars, like bars.